first, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
We are back here with Fox 12 Now, live in the newsroom. We're here every weekday. We start at 1 o'clock. We go throughout the afternoon. We cover a wide range of topics. It is Friday here, and you know, there are a lot of different kinds of food festivals that do take place. We're fortunate in this area. You have beer festivals, you have coffee festivals, there's pastry festivals, donut festivals. What if I told you we could combine all of those into one big festival? That is what we're talking about right here, the Baker's Dozen Fest, happening this weekend, and we have got the purveyor of this, Brian Yaeger, joining us right now. Brian, good to see you. I know we spoke last year about this genius idea here of putting all of these things together. and for those, though, who don't know, could you give us the quick rundown in the history of the Baker's Dozen Fest and why this year is a big monumental year for it?
That is exactly right. It is the 10th anniversary of the Baker's Dozen Coffee, Beer, and Donut Festival. We're kind of calling it celebrating a decade of decadence. And the whole event started first and foremost as an industry-only event, and it was supposed to be a one-off when the annual Craft Brewers Conference came to Portland. And then the word about the event got out to the public. People were saying, oh, I'd love to be there and partake of that. And so I started selling tickets. And then as people were leaving, they said, this is going to be an annual thing, right? And it wasn't supposed to be, but by golly, give the people what they want. So every year I invite 13 different breweries, Oregon breweries, and I invite them to collaborate with a different independent coffee roaster and tie the whole room together sort of dude style. Instead of a rug, I use donuts. Again, you know, when it was a party for people who were visiting Portland, they were already in the beer industry. So they are well aware that Portland is known as Beervana. And I remember learning around that time that there were an equal number of small coffee roasters as there were breweries. So it just made sense to do coffee beers. And of course, when people leave, it's, you know, sort of customary that they leave with that pink box of donuts. And I said, great, they should be there, but also let them know that we have a whole bunch of phenomenal donut bakeries. And so every year it's that concept. And it's even called Baker's Dozen because whereas a dozen, of course, is 12, the Baker's Dozen was something that they could do to give their customers a little bit extra to thank them for their patronage. And so when you show up to this event, you buy your one ticket. Tickets are available at bakersdozenfest.com. You get all 13 beers. Each one has coffee. A lot of the coffees from the beers are available. And you get a sample of each donut. No one's going to eat 13 whole donuts, but we cut them into quarters, or maybe they're minis or they're wholes. But you really get a wonderful cross-section of how tasty our local independent businesses are.
Decadence is the right word, but it's perfect.
It's one day a year. You can do it.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody deserves it. So talking about, you know, these combinations of all of these things, how do you go about selecting who is going to be a part of this each year?
Well, I will say for this year, to celebrate our decade of decadence, I actually reached out to a lot of the breweries and the bakeries that were there in that first year. And I said, hey, back then, this is the beer that you had made for us. This is the donut that we had. So I tried to recreate that because the fact of the matter is most people who know about the event today and show up weren't able to be there in year one. So I wanted to recreate that. At the same time, the honest truth is some of those businesses, you know, small businesses, you have to support them or we lose them. And some of them have gone away. So there's always new people to invite. But we have, so the event is at Zoigle House. And they have an event space that is adjacent to it called the Zed. If it is raining tomorrow morning, it will actually all be inside. So Zoigle House is there with a Turkish coffee porter that they've made in conjunction with Shiki Shiki Baba, which is a Turkish food stall there, and they have Turkish coffee. At one of the year one recreations was Oakshire Brewing down in Eugene. They have a coffee stout available year round, but they had turned it into what in cafe terms is a cafe Borgia, which is a orange mocha. So I sort of refer to it as the orange mocha frappuccino beer, but it has chocolate, coffee, and orange in it. We've got Breakside Brewing, one of Oregon's most beloved and award-winning breweries. They made a bourbon barrel-aged honey nut stout. It is so
Wow.
delicious. We're really honored to have them. So we have some light beers, we have some dark beers. Boneyard Brewing out of Bend, they sent out, because they were there in year one. They're sending up a beer called Heavy Eyes, which is a Czech dark lager. So even though it's a little dark in color, it's actually still a very light beer. These are not all big gut bomb beers. We have light, we have dark, we have roasty, we have refreshing, crisp. It really, I curate it only to the extent that I want 13 very different tasting beers. And the same with the donuts. We have Blue Star Donuts, and in year one they had, because they were brand new when this event started. So we have their bourbon blueberry basil. We have delicious donuts. We have on the newer side, Mochi Nut. They're a great donut shop on Hawthorne. We have Yanni's Greek Lucamatis. I like to push the boundaries. A Lucamati is sort of basically a gourmet donut hole drizzled with honey and pistachios. It's a very traditional Greek treat. We're excited to have them here.
I love
It's
those
just,
things, by the
again,
way.
13 different spots, lots and lots of flavors and combinations. And the beauty is, again, you get to try everything. So it's not designed one for one. Try everything, and then each person will have his or her own favorites.
That is, I mean, that all of that sounds good that you have right there. For people who are maybe going this for the first time, who weren't there, you know, maybe this is their first year. Do you have a recommended guidance of how you start about tackling this challenge?
It is such a personal thing. The way I would do it is certainly not the way other people do it. Some people will go through. So when you get there, we give you your glass. It's a keepsake glass. We give you a program. It has each individual item, every donut, every coffee beer listed on there. Some people go through one at a time. They drink their sample. They eat it with the donut of their choosing. Some people will grab a plate and get all the donuts and just sit down and find a spot and enjoy them all. And they'll go around to the individual beer stations. I would hate to tell someone how to do it the best way for themselves. As long as by the end of the day, you make it through as many as you can. And even then, some people make it through all 13. If you only get to 10, you've still had a great go of it. The event starts at 10 in the morning because it's a coffee, beer, and donut event. It is over by 1 p.m. And the best part is, if you had your fill, go home, take a nap. By the time you wake up, you still have your whole Saturday evening and night ahead of you to enjoy.
Yeah, it's just a perfect, you know, lunch hour hangout and a little brunch, little lunch, but just you're drinking beer and eating donuts. It's perfect.
Exactly.
Right in
And
the middle of
in
the day.
a room filled with people who, my favorite part of doing this is at the end when people are leaving and they say, you did it again, my favorite event. That's my absolute favorite response, assuming that they mean it. But that's why I keep doing it, because people really feel very passionately about how much they love this very fun-filled late morning event,
Everybody needs some fun-filled events like this.
especially now, indeed.
Especially now. Well, Brian, thank you for bringing this for everybody for the 10th year, you know, for everybody now. And for people who want to get tickets and more information, where should they go?
Tickets and information could be procured at bakersdozenfest.com. Again, bakersdozenfest.com. Tickets are $40 online. If you wait until tomorrow and you get it at the gate, it's $50. So save $10. Get your ticket online. We will see you tomorrow.
All right. Fantastic. Brian, thank you so much, as always.
Thank you very much.
And for everybody watching, we are going to take a break. We've got a lot more coming up here on Fox 12 now. It's a busy Friday afternoon. And thanks for being here. So don't forget to download those Fox 12 Oregon apps. You can watch us live on there or after the fact. We'll be back here in just a bit with more on Fox 12 Now.